took the wrong bag at the train station. Inside, I found a message. Police are asking questions. Last Tuesday, I traveled for work. I reached the station early. I waited for my train on platform 3. I was rushing to finish a difficult email about a big client. My bag felt heavy and uncomfortable on my shoulder. I wanted to sit. The train arrived on time. I was still looking at my phone. I saw a black bag near the train door. It looked exactly like my bag. I quickly picked it up and walked onto the train fast. I found my seat by the window. I thought I was safe. I was wrong. The train started moving. I put the bag under my seat. I wanted to read my book during the trip. I opened the bag to find my book, but something felt wrong. The zipper was different. The handle felt strange. I looked inside the bag carefully. This was not my bag. I took the wrong bag. A cold, sick feeling spread from my chest to my hands. The air in the train car felt too thick to breathe. I heard the loud clack-clack of the train on the tracks. Like a giant clock counting down. I looked around the train car. Where was my real bag? Who had my bag now? I felt scared and confused. The train was moving fast. I could not go back. I took a deep breath. I needed to stay calm. I looked at the bag again. It felt much heavier than mine. I opened the bag slowly. I wanted something with a name. Maybe a phone number. Maybe I could call the owner. The first thing I saw was a small wallet. I opened it carefully. Inside was a work ID card. The photo showed a man with dark hair. His name was Mark Thompson. He worked for Central Security Company. My heart beat faster. A security company. That sounded dangerous to me. This was not a simple mistake. This was a secret I was carrying. What if Mark was a police officer? What if he worked with secret information? I felt like I had something not belonging to me. Something important. Something that could get me in trouble. What else was in his bag? I reached into the bag again. I felt something hard at the bottom. It was not a book or clothes. It felt like a small box. My pulse quickened. I reached down slowly. My fingers touched something cold and smooth. I pulled it out carefully. It was a small black phone. It was not like my phone. No scratches on it. I held the phone in my hands. Should I turn it on? This was not my phone, but maybe I could find Mark's number. Maybe I could call him and explain the mistake. I pressed the power button. The screen came on immediately. It asked for a password. I tried some simple numbers. I tried 1, 2, 3, 4. It did not work. I tried 0, 0, 0, 0. The phone opened. The main screen was very clean. There were only a few apps, messages, calls, and camera. Nothing else. This was strange. Most people have many apps on their phones. I opened the messages first. There was only one conversation. The messages were from today. They were from someone called Boss. I felt nervous as I read them. The first message said, "Package ready. Meet at Central Terminal at 3 p.m. The second message said, "Bring everything. Do not talk to anyone." The third message was sent 1 hour ago. It said, "Police are asking questions. Be very careful today." My hands started to shake as I read these messages. Police. Package. Be careful. These words scared me so much. What kind of package was Mark carrying? Why were police asking questions? I looked at the time on the phone. It was 2:15 p.m. The meeting was at 3 p.m., 45 minutes away. My train would arrive at Central Station in 30. The same station where Mark would meet his boss. I felt sick to my stomach. This was not a simple mistake anymore. I was carrying something dangerous. Mark was involved in something bad. And now I was in the middle of it. I looked around the train car again. Did anyone know what was in this bag? Was someone watching me? I felt like everyone could see my fear. I read the messages again. Bring everything. What was everything? I looked deeper into the bag. Under some clothes, I found a small brown envelope. It was sealed with tape. I held it up to the light. I couldn't see inside. It felt heavy for its size. My heart was beating very fast now. Should I open it? Should I look inside? Before I could decide, the phone in my hands started to ring. The screen showed "Boss calling." I stared at the phone. What should I do? If I answered, what would I say? The loud, harsh ringing filled the world. I wanted to throw the phone under the seat. I froze. My palms were wet with sweat. I felt like the boss stood outside the window, watching me. I let it ring. After 6 rings, it stopped. Immediately, a new message appeared. Mark, answer your phone. Where are you? Meeting starts in 30 minutes. I felt panic rising in my chest. In 30 minutes, I would be at Central Station. Mark's boss would be looking for him. But Mark wasn't there. I was, with his bag. With his phone. With his mysterious package. The threat was real. And it was all my fault. I realized something terrible. I focused on my phone at the station. I didn't pay attention when I picked up the bag. I just grabbed it and ran. If I had looked carefully, this never would have happened. Now I was trapped on a moving train with dangerous secrets. What would happen when I got off the train? Would Mark's boss be waiting? I didn't know what to say or do. The phone rang again. This time I was too scared not to answer. I pressed the green button with shaking fingers. Mark, where are you? The voice was deep and angry. I have been waiting for your call. I didn't know what to say. My voice came out very quiet. I am not Mark. There was silence. Then the voice became very cold. Who is this? Where is Mark? Where is my package? I took the wrong bag by mistake, I said quickly. I'm on the train now. I'll give it back. I promise. Listen carefully, the voice said. Get off at Central Station. Go to the coffee shop on the main floor. Sit at the table by the window. Wait for me there. Do not talk to anyone else. Do not call the police. The phone went dead. I stared at the black screen. My hands were shaking so much I almost dropped it. Central Station was my stop anyway. But now I had to meet this dangerous person. I had to give him the bag and the package. What if he didn't believe me? What if he thought I tried to steal from him? I looked at my watch. 20 minutes until arrival. I put everything back in the bag carefully. The phone. The envelope. Mark's ID card. I zipped the bag closed. The train started to slow down. I could see the big station ahead. People everywhere. Cars, buses, chaos. The train stopped. The doors opened. I stepped onto the platform with Mark's heavy bag. I walked slowly toward the main station building. I found the coffee shop easily. It was busy. Travelers buying drinks, rushing past. I sat at the table by the window, as instructed. The bag sat beside my feet. I ordered a coffee I didn't want. I watched every person who walked by. Which one was Mark's boss? How would I recognize him? Then I saw him. A tall man in a black coat walked in. He looked around slowly. His eyes cold, serious. When he saw me alone with a black bag, he walked over. The man in the black coat reached me. I looked up at him, fear in my eyes. Are you Mark's boss? I asked quietly. He looked confused. Mark? I don't know any Mark. I'm waiting for my coffee. My heart stopped. I stared at him. This was not the right person. My heart dropped. I looked around the coffee shop again. I scanned every face, every corner. My eyes moved one last time across the room. Then I saw him. The man from the ID card photo. Mark Thompson. He ran into the coffee shop. His face was white with fear. He saw me and the black bag and ran to my table. Please, he whispered, his voice shaking. Give me the bag. I need it back. Now. I was still confused and scared. The phone, I said. The messages. The boss. The police. Mark grabbed the bag, his hands trembling. I know. The police are everywhere, he whispered. The boss is angry. They are looking for me. What is in the bag? I asked. He shook his head. You do not want to know. He looked at the platform and saw my bag. He grabbed it and pushed it at me. Here is your bag. Now go. You saw nothing. Forget my face. He ran into the crowd. I picked up my real bag. I walked out of the station, my whole body shaking. I learned something that day. I need to slow down and pay attention to details. I was so focused on my phone, I did not look. My small mistake did not just feel dangerous. It was dangerous. I was in the middle of a real crime. Now, let's unlock 3 real-life English phrases from Amy's story. Use these to sound more natural when you speak. Pay attention, not give attention. We say, I need to pay attention to details. By mistake, not by error. We say, I took the wrong bag by mistake. Feel scared, not feel scary. We say, I felt scared when I read the message. Do you feel scared when you speak English? Remember this story. Tell me one thing you will pay attention to this week. Tell me in your English practice. Now, test your listening with this quick quiz. If you listened closely, you'll know the answers. 1. How did Amy take the wrong bag? 2. What does Amy need to pay attention to? 3. How did Amy feel when she saw the message? The key to English confidence is practice. To keep training with more stories, hit subscribe now. Then use the shadowing technique and repeat Amy's story again. That means you listen to my voice, then you repeat exactly what I say. This technique is the fastest way to train pronunciation. It builds speaking fluency. So, hit subscribe. Never miss another chance to grow your English confidence. Now, let's go practice. Next time, don't miss the story about the man who thought he won the lottery. But he only got a ticket to the police station. Click here to watch it now.